hello, everyone watching. I forgot everything I was about to say. I do this every week. It's
Woo!
one of those weeks,
Great.
people.
This is a hot start.
Yeah, everything's disjointed. Anyway, this is Wednesday night shooting. I am Tonya Rodgers here with Andrew M. Swift. Yay!
Yay.
And this is the Yikes episode.
Oh boy.
Of course, where would you like to start? Because I know where I want to start.
All right,
But I don't know if I want to be mean just yet.
Why not? Let's just get into the meanness. Let's go right into it.
Okay, well, we'll get into the reason why this episode is called the Yikes episode.
The initial
and I'm
reason.
going to...
Yeah,
the initial reason. And I'm going to have to call somebody to front of the class.
Oh,
I know
boy.
I don't want to do it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Bailey, I'm sorry. Come on down, honey. Yes. Being a WWE superstar, especially a face, it means that you will get a lot of promo time. And one thing that faces have to be is at least competent on the microphone. And you are not. I was fine with people making the excuse, oh, well, it's her, if it's with her character, but no, like even her character has been with this company long enough to where she should like make words good in front of large crowds. Like she just won at WrestleMania. She should no longer be overwhelmed. Like I'm saying in a character. I'm not saying for her because I don't know how she personally deals with large crowds. And I have a thing with large crowds. So I can understand where she's coming from. But like, sweetie, darling, if you do not, because like, I guess it was okay when she was just promoting against Sasha and Charlotte, which they are competent talkers. I will classify them as. But it's another reason why I have this photo. Alexa Bliss shut down the What Chance and delivered a Disney line and a juvenile line towards Bailey. And didn't make me cringe when she delivered them. Mm-hmm. You could say what you want about Alexa Bliss's in-ring skills. Her in-ring is good enough. And in a company where Hulk Hogan is like the big icon that broke the company into the national scene, all you have to be in WWE if you are an amazing talker and you have a great character is good enough in the ring. So, like, for whatever reason, Bailey has not had a breakout moment. I just, like, yes, you love blame creative. But some of these people, I feel, are also in spots where they could, as Vince says, he kind of does have a point about these millennials. A lot of them aren't ambitious enough to always be in his office and to always be bothering him and say, this is what I want, this is what I need, blase, And I feel like Bailey isn't that either. And I said this about Sasha, but Bailey, you need to find your confidence because you already know who your character is, but you need to find that confidence in your words because kids might always still like you, but you also do need adults to like you because I swear to God, it was not big, but I swear to God, I heard some boos when she was talking on Monday. And it kind of scared me. So, like, just practice on that. You got everything else. Just, I don't know what you need to do, but promo to everybody. Talk to everybody like you're having a promo. I don't know, but do something to build up your confidence because, girl, like, everybody in the division, and not just on Raw. Or they are like passing you by as far as promos go. Like, I cannot defend you if you keep having those performances. Yeah. I'm sorry, Bailey. I know I love her. Like, and I didn't used to, but like, I don't want to be critical of Bailey, but she's got to get better.
See, when I saw your picture, your avatar, I assumed you were gonna come on here and compliment Bailey for her wonderful promo skills. That was my assumption. I don't know. I must have been way off with that.
Okay.
Ooh, boy.
No.
Yeah. It was rough, wasn't it? It was really rough. And it's interesting. Like earlier today, I was in the daily, someone posted a GIF of her from 2 weeks before Brooklyn, like doing before the number one contenders match with Becky. And like before they break for commercial, I've watched this like a billion times, so I know exactly what this is. Before they break for commercial, she like looks over at Sasha on commentary and does like a little like shows her hands around her waist like she's gonna win the belt or whatever, and then does a little dance or whatever. And it's like, yeah, she seems like she's having fun there. And it was like, why does that not seem at all the case anymore? And then I like went and looked at do you remember when she like teamed with New Day against, I don't even know who it was against, but like her first or second week?
Yeah.
Second week on Raw or whatever. And then they had that like backstage skit where she like where the interviewer said like rhythm at one point, and then Xavier like started doing like rhythm or rhyme, and Kofi was like, oh, that's a sensitive subject. And then Bailey does like that SOS boom, and it's just like a hilarious little moment. And it's like that, you don't see that from her at all anymore. Like it's just not there. Like she doesn't look or seem comfortable in the least bit.
You know who she reminds me of, don't you?
Huh.
Roman Reigns when he was first getting pushed. Like the nervousness, because there's an added amount of pressure.
Yeah.
Put on you.
I can see it.
That's exactly what she reminds me of.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I feel like, I don't know, like that pressure is something. And I also just feel like people just seem generally like down in NXT or over on SmackDown. They just, I don't know, everything seems a little bit more lighthearted, and Raw seems a little bit more serious. And that works for some people. Like that worked very well for like Charlotte's character. But for people who are a little goofier, that doesn't necessarily work all that well. And I feel like that's kind of hurt Bailey a little bit. I don't know. It's not been good, has it? It's gotten worse. It's gotten to the point where it's like, oh boy, like Sasha has to come bail Bailey out. Which is not what's actually happening. Like it's scripted, so Sasha
but
comes out.
That's what WWE thinks, obviously, because they have her finishing Bailey's promos now.
Right. Yeah, that's absolutely how it comes across. Like it's like, oh, Bailey's struggling. So here comes Sasha, and and then all of a sudden Sasha looks like a fantastic talker compared to Bailey. I don't know. It's definitely a skill she's needed to work on forever. We've all known this, and it's just kind of another thing about how we always talk about how WWE doesn't, well, especially on Raw, doesn't like maximize strengths and minimize weaknesses. Like putting Bailey out to cut promos, extended promos in the ring it's not her. Like she'll get to a point where she's like okay at it, but that's not her. It's like backstage interactions with a whole bunch of different people to like really mesh her into the universe and like feel like a central figure in the terms of like all the good people like her and all the bad people hate her just because she's Bailey,
Right.
And they don't do that. And so that's very frustrating. So all we see now is like Alexa coming out and fucking being dynamite talker because she is a dynamite talker. And then in comparison, it's just like, yeah, I'm going to cheer Alexa. Like when she shuts down the what chants. And then Bailey's like, da, 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 you know, I'm like, yeah, let's go Lexi, you know. And I feel like that's how a lot of like young adult men, like 25-year-old men, are responding.
And I also feel like just saying, oh well, using her gimmick, it's handicapped her in a way.
Yeah.
And I also don't agree. There have been innocent. I don't like to bring up this example because like of what they did with the character, but the guy Nick Dinsmore played Eugene, and Eugene was kind of like, you know, this naive character or whatever, but he could still talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she has got to improve on that. But like, yeah, and if not, it's gonna be rough, and she's gonna get lost in the shuffle. And like, I don't feel like there is the same amount of like smart support that Bailey has as compared to somebody like Becky. Like, if Becky's not falls by the wayside, it is the end of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just don't. It may happen, but I just don't think that if like Bailey gets lost in the shuffle, she'll just be lost. I don't think people are gonna care that much. I hope that's not the case, but it kind of feels like, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad because I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I don't want them to start over with Bailey, but I kind of wanted them to show me like the hugging side of her, because I was like watching gifs of her the other day of, you know, like when her character first came and she was just hugging everybody, and I was like, this, like they just call her a hugger, but like that part of her character wasn't shown to the Raw audience, and that's something that I think would endear her more. Like if she, instead of just right from the jump, like they introduced her and they're putting her against Charlotte immediately, maybe just bring her up as Sasha's friend. She's going around and meeting like she was a starstruck fan, and she's on Raw, and they could have had her meeting Stephanie like, oh my God, it's you, like, you know what I mean? And Stephanie looking like, what? It's her trying to hug Stephanie. That would have been
right. That would have been a good bit for sure.
That would have been a good bit, and like they could have had her with like, oh my God, they could have did a scene with her and Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. And she's meeting him and just like jumping around like she's Brock. Couldn't you see that? And that's something I think would have endeared the audience to her before she ever touched championship gold. And it's like certain people kind of that don't watch NXT, they're a little bit resentful of NXT call-ups that get just plopped on the show, and they're like, hey, you love them in NXT? I'm like, actually, no, I don't watch that show.
I don't watch it, yeah. I don't know.
So they're less, I think that kind of forms a resentment for some people where they're less inclined to like this person because WWE told them, hey, you love them in NXT. You're like, no, I didn't. I don't know these people. You need to they have to earn it with me.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those NXT fans, which is weird.
Show, don't tell, you know?
Right. And they constantly, like, Carmella is nothing like she was in NXT.
Nothing.
Pretty much. Nothing like she was in NXT, really. And Bailey and Sasha are like caricatures of what they were in NXT. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the big difference between the writing on Raw and SmackDown. And Bailey should have not come to Raw.
Right?
Becky would have done much better in this spot on Raw, I think, like if you switched them, I think it would have been much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, because it seems very evident that the creative team on Monday nights does not know how to get the best out of Bayley, like in the least bit.
No.
And we know that the Tuesday night creative team does.
Because that's the dude who wrote her.
Right. That's the dude who wrote her into becoming like the biggest star in the history, you know? So I don't know. I guess we'll see where it goes from here, but man, boy. What do you think's gonna happen Sunday?
Oh, I don't think Alexa's gonna win. I don't think so.
Like when you were talking about how they kind of need a reset or something, I was like, I've been kind of pitching like maybe she needs a little humbling, you know? She needs like a humbling of like losing in her hometown in front of her dad, and like Alexa cheats the shit out of her and wins the title, you know? And she needs to have a come to Jesus moment where, she rediscovers herself, because I feel like she's not herself right now, and she needs to get back to that. So I don't know. That was one way that popped through my head. But then if you do that, of course, there's going to be, if Alexa wins, immediately people are going to start turning on Alexa then, because they'll be like, oh, look at her, blah, blah, blah. She got pushed on both shows, like it's
it's the same old diva stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, it's never going to be a reasonable discussion about why Alexa is getting put in this position. It's just going to be boiled down to she's hot and she can't wrestle as well as my favorite wrestler.
Yep.
So it has to be she's getting pushed strictly because she's hot, not because she's she's been killed. Like I really cannot name another woman in the time frame that has performed better overall on either show when given these spotlights and given these opportunities. I mean, she really wasn't even asked to be putting on main event caliber matches. She was kind of just asked to get over, and she got over.
Yep.
So
I went looking for our old shows, and I was unsuccessful, because then again, I didn't look that hard. But I wanted to find an old episode, because right after the brand split, where I was just like, just give her time to talk. That's all you need to do. And then
that could have been the first 2 months of our shows.
Right? Yeah, just fucking let her talk. That's all you need to do. Yeah. And they did it. And she got over it. So again, play to people's strengths, They did it with her, and she knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, it was somehow she snuck on Talking Smack. And Daniel Bryan was talking about how small she was or something. He called her tiny. And she was
tiny,
rude.
Teeny tiny. Yep.
She's rude. How dare you?
How dare you?
That took off from then. And we're yeah, we want to hear more from her. We want to see more from her. So yeah, I'm thinking this is going to continue. But watching that segment Monday, all I was thinking is,
yeah.
So when is Bayley gonna get out of the fucking way so Sasha and Alexa can have their feud? Seriously, I'm sorry. Love you, Bayley. You are standing in the way from the women's feud of the year. You're in the way. You are. So I don't care if she wins or loses. I don't care if the title's on the line. I need an extended period of time of Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks feuding with each other, exchanging verbal and physical jabs. Because they have to be the two smallest women ever.
Oh, for sure.
And they're in there going at it like they're fucking Rock and Big Show or something, just slugging it out. And I'm like, damn, this is awesome. Lord, that's what you love to see. And it's just you can feel it. It's such a competitiveness between the two of them. And it seems like they bring out the best in each other. And they obviously certainly don't seem to mind to do it to each other. And I don't mind watching.
Right. Yeah, the last couple of weeks I've been like, oh, I don't want to see the shoot fights. I don't want to see them fight. And then like literally 20 seconds in, I was like, all right, this is like the greatest thing ever. Like, okay, I'm all in on this. No, it's funny because when they interact, like even when they just like when one of them is talking to like in a promo at the other one is just like snipping. Like, yeah. Just like the whole time, like making comments, and it's like, holy shit, these people hate each other. Oh my god, holy shit. I tweeted during that match, either during it or like right after it, and I was like, when any friend like tries to tell me wrestling is fake, I'll show them this match. Show them this match.
Yeah, right.
You know,
exactly. Like
each other. Holy shit.
Right. Okay, let's get to the
television, though, that's for sure.
Because I'm not going to expound on the Emma stuff until it shows itself. Right now, it's just whatever.
Oh, she weirdly hugged Dana. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but we'll see where that goes. Let's talk about the new winch order. Oh my god! Listen. I talk shit about SmackDown, but I love this show because they've taken 4 people who should not really be seen as threats. Like Tamina, who all she does is super kick and has never won anything in the history of ever. And Carmella, whose most dangerous weapon is her tongue.
Yep.
James Ellsworth, that you don't even have to explain that one.
Right, yeah.
And Natalya, who still is remembered in certain circles for her farting gimmick. Mm. And you close the show with them. And you have the crowd actually boo. Like, it's a night and day difference from the closing of Raw and the closing of SmackDown Live. Mm-hmm. And both were beatdown segments to close the show. And one was the crowd was like, oh, this shit again? And the other one, the crowd was like, fuck you, how dare you? You, first of all, like the crowd had like grievances. First of all, you ruined a great fucking match that we were really into. And second of all, how are you just gonna beat up everybody? We don't even know what's going on here. Screw you. Like, they were getting heat. Natalya had a look on her face like, fucking finally. Like, I'm so glad I did not give up and retire like most of the women that started with me. Like, this is like, I'm so happy for her because she had a look on her face like she is ready. And the thing about her, she can play those goofy things, but I don't think she's going to remain the leader for long. Yeah. But like Natalya as an enforcer also flies because of her build and the way she wrestles. Yep. You can definitely buy Natalya murdering somebody without a problem. She might say, yay, in the middle of murdering them and kill everything. Let's hope she stops that.
Yeah, she cut that out almost entirely. She cut it out for like several months and then did it during a match, and it like triggered me. I was just like, oh, this happened like 2 months ago or so, and I was like, no,
no, do not. Let's not go back.
Yeah, no, we've been at such a good point with you right now. Please don't.
You were doing good, Natty.
Yeah.
So a lot of things. First of all, a lot of things. People, I don't know the end game, but for the next few months at least, Charlotte's going to be a face. So everybody's like, no, she's going to be horrible as a face. That, what you witnessed last night, if that wasn't a face turn, like, how does this angle even fly? Then I'm supposed to cheer those people, but they also beat up Naomi. And you better not tell me I'm supposed to cheer somebody who beat up Naomi, because I will cut a bitch. Like, that's what solidified it for me. Charlotte was like, they pulled Naomi out of the ring and went straight for Charlotte. Then Naomi went in to help. Yeah. That's what signified to me, okay, the lines have been crossed. Charlotte is no longer a person I am supposed to be booing. at that very moment when Naomi went to help her.
Yep.
Yeah, Becky didn't need to come out.
Well,
but okay, all right.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But I don't know how it's going to work, but I don't think she's going to be the robot that she was when she was a face on the main roster.
Right.
Like, if they write it properly, she doesn't have to change much about herself because she's been winning matches clean for a while now. So if she just like comes across like the tweet she sent,
you mean like always?
Well, it's not always.
I know. Back when Rick was around.
Yeah. And Dana Brooke, right in the beginning.
I know.
Like,
I forgot about that entirely.
I
forgot that was a thing.
Look, I legit think that maybe they were like, fuck it, Charlotte will just win clean. Because Dana Brooke was fucking up all the finishes and interferences. Shit. Was she not?
Fuck. It's Dana's fault.
And then they probably were just like, fuck it, just let her win clean. Because when they needed Dana to come out, like absolutely needed her, they pulled her out of nowhere so she could come out and interfere so Sasha could help Bayley. So, like, I was thinking maybe Charlotte wasn't supposed to win those clean, but they couldn't trust Dana Brooke to pull it off.
Wow, that is opened my eyes. Holy shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that. So, like, when people, that's why I always make the argument when, like, well, so-and-so carried that match. Well, at least the other person was able to be carried because everybody is not. As Dana Brooke always illustrates. Thank you, Dana Brooke.
For being an illustrative example. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think Charlotte as a face, I think it could be interesting because I think they're going to have her like, they're not like next week. They're not going to immediately have her like be like, oh, I'm a good person. I think they're going to have her play confused for a while, you know, and be like, who do you people think you are? You know, still be kind of like an entitled asshole about it, but also like being beat down and being like confused. Like, am I supposed to like be alongside Naomi here? Like, I don't get it. Like, what's going on? Who is this Becky person that's my best friend that I hate? You know, like, I don't know. And so I can see her totally playing with like conflicting emotions. I think she could do that pretty well. So I hope that's the case, at least initially. Like, they can't just immediately go next week, be like, all right, she's going to like go up to Naomi and be like, all right, we're buds now. You know, like, they can't do that. And I don't think they will do that. I think it'll be a very.
Did you see this tweet she sent
process. Oh, I saw. Yeah. But she breaks. Yeah. She does that shit on Twitter.
Well, I'm saying, you know, that's the kind of face she could be. Just like, I respect you, but I'm still the best.
Right.
Like,
I'm still the queen. Blah blah blah.
I'm still better than you.
Yeah. I'm still. Once these fucking jokers are out of the way, I'm still taking your title. You know, like, so she can still. People can still be like, oh, I don't really like you. You know, because. I don't know. One of the big assumptions is that Charlotte will end up the leader of this stable of legacy.
Crazy.
Which I don't know. Is it crazy though? Like Flair
targeting her,
but Ric Flair ate a beatdown or two back in the day from like the Horsemen when they were trying to do a thing where like, oh, they're against Ric Flair, and then. Turned out, nope. They were just clowning Sting with a long game, you know.
So this would be for Becky's to deceive Becky.
Yep.
Right.
For Becky to be Sting. Yeah. For Becky to continue her role as modern day Sting, which it makes a lot of sense, and it's a nice little like reference to history, like it. I can see it working, like definitely. That would be a lot of fun. I think the most important thing that a couple of people have touched on today is that what the angle has done now and what this new stable has done now is that it's thrown everything up in the air. Like, we don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
And like we're not like, oh shit, it could go like this way and that would be awful. You know, like I hope it goes this way. We're like, I don't know which way it's gonna go, and it could go a lot of cool ways. So like that's sort of the best place a wrestling fan can be in. Like literally not knowing what's going to happen, but excited for whatever comes, you know?
Yeah, that is good.
So they've kind of like
yeah.
killed it. They've kind of like killed it within just 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah. So we're going to talk about Becky now.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And
boy.
you and your conspiracy theory, you're pretty much all alone in thinking that Becky is the mastermind. Like, to me, that would be like Vince McMahon being the higher power. I'm not going to like it. I'm not. I don't want, like, Becky, like, if Becky turns heel, I want it to be a situation where she is, like, just fed up and snaps and, like,
she is fed up and snaps.
This is some sociopathic type.
Yeah, exactly. That's who she is. She's a sociopath. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
See, and that kills the Becky character that I fell in love with. I want a heel turn that doesn't invalidate everything that I liked about her, a la Seth Rollins heel turn. His heel turn just killed everything I loved about him. And I'm like, this is a different person. Who the fuck? A pie person just came and stole one of my favorite wrestlers. No, I don't think that's probably I'd be like, okay. So am I stuck with Charlotte as a face? She's gonna be giving me the rah-rah, pure white meat baby face promos.
That's what Naomi's there for.
And Naomi gives the like everyday hood girl promos. And some of y'all white folks can't relate to that. Because I be reading, I'm just going to keep it real. I be reading them threads. Telling her, I don't understand what she's saying. Yes, the fuck you do.
Somebody say that? Holy shit.
They in so many words.
Did they ask for like subtitles for her or something? Because that would have been some fucked up shit.
No. It's just like, she sounds like she's about to be on World Star Hip Hop. Yes, because that's how people from the hood speak. Like we are very educated. A lot of us go to college and we know the Queen's English, but we are more comfortable because of the region we grew up in, being the South, being around a lot of black people, that we tend to chop off a lot of parts of the word. Yes, we do that. But you still fucking understand what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I just let them little subtle jabs evade me. Like some people say that I can't understand what the Usos are saying. But you understand every fucking word Shinsuke Nakamura is saying though, huh? Shut the fuck up trying to be racist on the sly.
See, it would have been even better if you would have said you can understand what Dolph Ziggler is saying. That would have been a great joke. Lord. That would have been a great joke. But all right, I need to defend my Becky theory here because you know I've been interested in a Becky heel turn for quite some time now. I truly when I've gone back and looked at her old heel stuff from NXT. Her heel character after she was corrupted by Sasha is literally a sociopath. Like she still acts like cheery as hell, but is just like disturbingly violent. Like there's one promo she cuts. I'll always remember this promo. She cuts to Devin in the locker room. Remember Devin? Was Devin her name? I think that was her name.
Yeah, the robot.
Yeah, the robot. Yeah, that Dana patted. Yeah. She cuts this promo. Like she's about to have a match with Bayley, and she's talking about Bayley's starry eyes, and like I'm gonna end her career permanently. And she says it with a smile and like a happy face, and then she's like, "Cheers, Devin," and walks off. And it's like, holy shit, you're insane. So I feel like the established like oddity and quirkiness of her main roster character, you can totally have that go like. Internally, inside, she's like become broken. Not to use the Matt Hardy thing or whatever, but just like a broken shell of her happy-go-lucky self, and she just like starts manipulating things and being crazy, but also like being cheery as hell and still telling awful puns and just like doing it in a way that like just disturbs people. I feel like she would fucking kill that. I feel like she would kill that role so much, and I want it so bad that I've worked myself into a shoot on it for sure, no doubt about it. However,
you know what? I'll agree to that.
Yeah. However, I'm just saying, I tweeted last night. Did you see this on Talking Smack?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. I tweeted after, like, when Becky was winding up her interview on Talking Smack, I tweeted in all caps, of course. Don't listen to her lies. Becky Lynch is an evil mastermind. Literally within a minute. Bang! That was on the Talking Smack crawl. I popped so hard. And I was like, see, they want to get that theory out. WWE is telling us that's what's happening. And no one's listening because it's just an all caps tweet from me on the Talking Smack crawl. It's a bummer, people. Open your eyes. Get woke to Becky Lynch's evilness. Anyway, okay, I'm over with that now.
Okay. I can't get jiggy. I'm telling you, like, I can't get with it. I hope it's not. But another thing is that Maria and Mike Bennett are supposed to be coming to SmackDown, apparently, and somehow she's going to be involved with the stable, allegedly, or maybe, who knows. So, I mean, they could bring somebody else in. I just don't feel like there hasn't been a leader yet. And that's why I call it NWO, because NWO didn't show their leader for quite some time. So, yeah, I loved it. Just, I can't wait for that. Something else I cannot wait for, which we got to get into this. We're going to talk about the highlights of SmackDown before we make our Judgment Day predictions. Okay, so let's talk about that WWE World Title thing, shall we? Now, I mentioned we're just going to get this out real quick.
Shit, yeah.
Rusev. We're going to talk about Rusev first. Yeah, Rusev pretty much said he's not coming to SmackDown Live unless he gets a WWE World Title shot, because he's already been United States Champion. He don't want to be tag team champion. He asking for a WWE Championship match. And Shane and Daniel Bryan have until Money in the Bank to answer him. And he said he's not gonna show up. I guess he's probably gonna keep sending videos.
Yep.
He said he could just go. He could just piece back out what he was doing before he came here. So, I think that's interesting. Rusev, as like the top heel of SmackDown, would not mind it at all. Like, he would be a major improvement over like the Field.
I know. I'm like, who is the top heel? Like Kevin Owens, but he's in the U.S. title scene. Like, it's all very confusing.
He doesn't really count,
right? Because
he's preoccupied.
Yeah.
And even if he's not going to be the U.S. champion, he's not going to be on the show, according to storyline. So, but yeah, I can see like if SmackDown Live with Kevin Owens, Rusev as like number 1, number 2 heels.
Baron Corbin. I know. I'm sorry I had to say it though.
No, you don't. You do not have to say it. You want to. I'm not going to talk about bootleg big merch. You can talk about them all you want to. As I was saying, I think that's very interesting, and I think he's going to be like the next, I guess, Randy Orton's going to go through a foreign guy phase before SummerSlam.
Oh boy.
So it's going to be the Maharaja first, and then it's going to be Rusev. Boy, this could get ugly. Oh my goodness. Especially considering like Randy Orton's political beliefs. But hopefully that doesn't get brought into it. Yeah. I kind of think Rusev's going to kill it.
I'm totally here for a Rusev like main event heel run. I'm absolutely here for it. I don't. Here's the thing, though. I want him. I want him to turn face, though. Like I want to see that guy as a face.
Well,
like,
it's okay. Well, that's like he doesn't even want. He doesn't want to come.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying you're gonna have to wait for a scotch because he doesn't even want to come to the babyface brand,
the land of opportunity.
Yeah, unless he gets handed to him.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to have a match or anything. He said I was undefeated for almost a year.
You know what he should have said on that video? He should have been like, "Fucking Charlotte said it. Why can't I?" Say? Like she just came out and demanded a title shot. Why can't I? I hope they use that next week.
That
would pop me.
I hope he doesn't come to SmackDown, but somehow ends up on Talking Smack anyway. Because we need Rusev on Talking Smack.
Rusev on Talking Smack.
That's what I was thinking when he was like, "I'm not coming until I get a contract." I was like, "Oh, you telling me I ain't gonna get to see you on Talking Smack?"
Right?
Come on, Rusev, don't do that to me, real. Come on. Okay, let's get to the Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, and like I'm gonna let you say your piece. And I just came to the realization that like I'm not feeling really good about America and certain Americans either.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't care what WWE books him as long as Jinder Mahal keep talking like this, keep having that Ric Flair swagger as a brown skinned man, I'm on his side. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
He won me over.
Yeah, the bit in the limo like killed me dead. Like it killed everybody dead. I was like, well, I didn't realize it, but now I'm all in on Jinder's like portrayal or whatever here. Not the whole anti-American thing. I don't like it in any of its forms, but it's especially hashtag problematic when it's a brown dude talking and the crowd is booing and chanting USA at him. And it really feels really uncomfortable knowing the company owner gave $5 million to the current president who tried to institute a ban on Muslims. And obviously Jinder Mahal is Sikh and not Muslim, but it starts with one group, like that's how these things work. So
he is a Muslim because he look. No, let's keep it real. Brown. He's a Muslim because he looks like one. Most of the people watching Jinder Mahal shouting USA think he's a fucking Muslim. Continue.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's no doubt about it. So like that whole thing, I will never ever get behind that angle run by this company with this ownership. Maybe never in this company, but definitely not with this ownership. I can't do it. Like, and that's me. I'm presenting my bias like right out there. I'm never going to be okay with it. I don't like it when Kevin Owens does it. I don't like it when Rusev does it. I don't like it when fucking Sheamus probably got booed for being Irish at one point for some dumb reason. I don't like it when
he
did. Yeah, exactly. I don't like it when any foreign heel plays into this 1980s rote like, "Oh, USA sucks, boo America." And it's I don't think there's like a larger subtle nuance being played in the direction or writing here. I think it's literally the company being like, we know how to instigate a crowd to boo a heel, and we can just be like, this is an other, boo him, and they'll do it. And will forever make me feel super uncomfortable and super not okay with it. That being said, I've truly enjoyed Jinder's portrayal. Like I think he's kind of killing his role. I just hope they would tweak the content a little bit.
Yeah, Jinder can get it. Like he was standing up in that suit, and I was like, "Look, watch out now." Shit, with the shirt on, because I don't like muscles. I don't like when they veiny. No. That's why I was like, I be watching Roman real closely. I be like, "Don't get veiny, nigga," because I will tell you. No steroids. Please. Okay. But yeah, it's because like he's doing a good job, and also like only like people who are obsessed with AJ Styles seem to care that he's not fighting for the world title. So it's like, why the fuck not? Like, we know they got big plans for certain people coming down the road. And we all know how WWE books. They save their big matchups for the big shows. So in the meantime, if somebody can get some extra exposure, and it's not just an also ran, and you also don't want to have somebody like Sami Zayn in that position, in case you want to push him, maybe don't put him in the angle with Randy Orton and job him out for no reason.
Right.
When you can have Jinder Mahal there. Because, like, yeah. I don't, like, because the angle Rusev has, he's probably getting a title shot.
Yeah.
Like, this kind of seems like, or if not, what is the point of him having, like, the gimmick, and then he doesn't get what he wants, but he still shows up? And you might as well just, like, release him then, right?
Right, seriously. Just go back
Who
to
cares?
Raw or some shit at that point.
So, because Rusev seems to be lined up in the future, I don't imagine a world where they're going to run Rusev versus Jinder anywhere.
I mean, they were former tag partners.
But they're both still heels.
I know.
And one, like, and I don't see that changing yet. So Randy Orton's going to beat Jinder, then beat Rusev, and go to SummerSlam. Probably face AJ.
SummerSlam is 4 full months away. That is a long time.
That's a lot of months of
boring Randy Orton. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus H Christ.
Right.
Wow.
It's not good. I don't want Orton on the brand anymore. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I agree. Make him a part-timer and send him on Raw. And have him put him in the part-timers division.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you see that that's the only problem with that is that if there's a part-time division, we gonna need John Cena on Raw. He's a part-timer now.
No, but John doesn't want to go to
yeah. Excuses.
We gotta have one part-timer shit.
Well, you could trade. You could get Brock.
No, fuck no. I'd rather have I don't know if I'd rather have
Would you rather have Randy Orton or Brock?
Actually, I would rather have Brock because he'd be gone most of the time.
Right.
Okay with that. Yeah, sure.
Listen, you're right that Randy Orton being the champion until SummerSlam does not seem like the best recipe. But at least I feel like there's going to be position for unknown guys to get their names elevated a bit. I don't think they're going to be elevated by working with Randy. Yeah, I guess it depends. He's kind of like Brock too, where it's like he don't want to give you anything.
He won't. Yeah.
He will not. So who knows how the matches will look? But like this is SmackDown anyway, so it's not like AJ Styles is still there, so we're gonna at least get a good quality match out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in the mid-card, being boysenberried by the WWE. He's probably going to be facing Kevin Owens after Kevin Owens defeats Chris Jericho.
Yep.
And I'm kind of looking forward. I think Kevin Owens might actually not use a headlock if he faces AJ. I'm excited to see what happens. Or if he does it in an interesting way.
Yeah.
Something to that.
Yeah,
And
I feel like AJ, they'd be going over the match before, and AJ be like, "I'm not sitting in a fucking headlock for 4 minutes at a time. Like, fuck you. Like, no, that's not happening. You know."
yeah, and KO be like, then I put the headlock, and then AJ's like, and then what? You
And then
gonna
I slip out of it immediately. Like, you know?
yeah, then I'm gonna slip out of it and reverse it on you or what? Like, no, we're not just sitting here.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Headlock. Yeah.
Choco Taco brings up a good point in the thread. Money in the Bank is a SmackDown show. And that
Yes, it
when
is.
is that? Is that in June? I'm going to look this up.
Is it in June? I thought it was usually in July, but I don't know.
I don't know. Where the fuck is this? June.
Oh my God.
June. Oh no. June 18th.
Okay, I see.
Do you see where it is?
I see what he said. I see what he said. And to this comment, Choco Taco, I say I would rather have Randy Orton as the champion for the next 2 years.
Well,
than your outcome.
I hate to break it to you, but I can.
You don't hate to break nothing to me.
You
don't hate it.
I can see Orton being cashed in on that night, Money in the Bank, because guess where that pay-per-view is?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. So if you want to position a new young heel to get some real heat when he cashes in, because
Lord knows he don't have no heat right now. He doesn't.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Because people always pop for cash-ins, but that is a way to guarantee they will not pop for the cash-in. If he cashes in, that's interesting. Now, as soon as I looked at that, I was like, "Well,
oh, joy."
How are you gonna feel when Baron Corbin is WWE champion, Tonya? Let's talk about this.
How am I gonna feel?
How are you gonna feel?
I'm I don't know. I really don't. I'm not gonna enjoy it. But, whatever. Like, he's not like he's just there annoying me. He's like an annoyance. He's like a constant reminder of what could be.
What could and should be.
And would be so much better. So much better. He's had a solid push for a year, and he still comes out to indifference. So he can be the champ all he wants, but nobody's chanting that let's go Corbin or Corbin sucks. They're not chanting either of those things.
Dueling chants before. I've heard them.
Oh, let me get my shit out. This is the hate Baron Corbin segment of the show.
No.
Oh no! Yes, he's. Look. I used to kind of dig him until I connected some dots and did some math, and I was like, oh shit, this is supposed to be Roman Reigns. So that kind of pissed me off. It did. Like, I kind of wish Vince wasn't so in love with him. God, that's what it boils down to. I'm taking it out on Baron. I am. But hey, Roman gets booed because of Vince, so fuck it. I'm going to hate Baron Corbin because of Vince. And that's my rationale. I'll hate it. Until Roman Reigns gets to turn heel.
So you'll hate it forever, is what you're saying.
For the rest of my life.
Yeah.
For the rest of my godforsaken life. What else happened on SmackDown?
Tags.
The tags. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We cannot forget about Breezango.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I popped big for it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. That's another thing. SmackDown gives you those moments, though.
Mm-hmm.
That Raw rarely does. SmackDown gives them to you consistently. Like, just people that you like, and you just want to see them do something worthwhile.
Yep.
and freaking Fandango versus, oh my God, Fandango, Breezango, the Usos. I love all of these dudes. I was like, okay, this is gonna be crazy. Who, like, they're running 2 heel teams, and like, I don't think they need to turn anybody. Just have them ragging on each other until the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And there you go. And it's gonna be a fun match because they're like 4 good workers.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I hope they get time.
Fun feud. Yeah, I think it's going to be a blast. I think they're really going to do a lot with this feud. I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. You say it's going to be a fun match, and I know this for a fact because most people probably do not know this or do not remember this. But the dark match at Battleground 2016 at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. was the Usos versus Breezango. And Breezango won, actually. They put Breezango over in the dark match, and the crowd was firmly on Breezango's side. By the way, this was clear. This was still when the Usos were face and associated with Roman, so they had that baggage with them. But crowd was very firmly pro Breezango, and clearly the crowd was not inherently anti-face, given the reception that they gave Bayley like 10 minutes later.
Oh no, Breezango was the shiznit. That's why they were behind them.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, those are some talented guys, and this is what, like, going there, doing your job, being entertaining, and it's not whining and bitching about your spot. Sometimes you do get rewarded for that. Because, like, yeah, everybody can't be main event, but everybody does have a role to play.
Yep.
And if, like, there's a reason why R-Truth has had a job at that company for so goddamn long, Yep. And some people be like, well, that wouldn't be enough for me. Or I'm like, shit, he's feeding his family just fine. He's living an amazing life, get to travel all over the world. Like, you just don't know. As we were talking about with Bayley, there's a lot of pressure with being in the top spot. And everybody, just because everybody doesn't want that responsibility or that pressure doesn't mean, like, they're unfulfilled or anything,
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's great to see those two guys getting a title shot no matter what happens. I don't care if they win. Like, why the fuck not? Just have fun with it.
Yeah, you can do a whole thing where they like try to like class up the belts, like make
oh god, yeah,
right?
make them not so ugly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they called the Usos what they called them
the Uggos.
The Uggos. Oh god, I was like, okay, it is going to be some funny moments.
Yeah,
because the Usos all hopped up on coke and dressing.
Just come out and say it. Yeah,
dressing like gangsters. Breezango, all metrosexual and offended by the mere thought of people like the Usos. Oh, I cannot wait till they interact. Cannot wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a hoot. Yes. Speaking of something that might not be a lot of fun. Judgment. Payback. Yeah. I was going to call it Judgment
twice
Day.
You called it Judgment Day. I was going to
call it Judgment Day again.
I was going to wait to see how long it would. I was just like, I'm just going to let it go.
I know, right?
We could have convinced people that it actually is Judgment Day. I bet we could have done it.
We probably could.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a Judgment Day?
Is there? I don't think so.
I don't know why the hell
I don't believe in
there.
that whole shit. So, what a dumb joke that was. I'm so sorry. Oh boy, that's bad.
Okay.
That was almost as bad as when Bayley arm wrestled Dana Brooke on Raw.
Okay, let's get into the predictions for Payback. I'm saying I'm gonna do the preview for the site, and I'm gonna write Judgment Day. And Sean's gonna send me an email like, "Are you okay? You need a break or something?" Okay, Enzo and Big Cass versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, which is the kickoff match. Um, uh, two things. First, how many times are these guys gonna face each other? And two, like, why? Why? Like, what? Do you even care who wins this match?
Not at all.
So we can move on to the next thing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, who the fuck cares? Miz TV with special guest Finn Balor. Well, this is what I hope. I really hope Finn Balor addresses why he's been tagging with Seth Rollins. I'm dead fucking serious. Especially since, like, I follow him on Twitter, and I think he's frustrated with his character. Cause that shit was sarcasm in the highest level. He tweeted, need a partner. Dial 1-800-FIN-FIN-FIN. And then he put up a graphic, 1-800-FIN-FIN-FIN. So it's like, I'm thinking he must know his plans moving forward. And he's just going to be doing a whole bunch of tag teaming with the man who injured him last year. Like, I really hope they address that. And I really hope nothing with Bray Wyatt happens. That's all.
Yeah, they should just drop that entirely.
Yeah, I'll forget about it. We don't have to.
It never happened.
It didn't. So, what are you hoping for?
I hope Finn and Miz start a feud like that shit. That sounds great. You know, like that sounds like it would be a lot of fun. But holy shit, Bray Wyatt's gonna show up during the segment, and I'm gonna walk to the kitchen and pour myself another glass of red wine. That's what's gonna happen. I guarantee it. At that point, in fact, I might just grab the bottle and just take it back to the couch. Just be like, well, here we go. Bray Wyatt showed up. So. Already going with the bottle. Fuck the glass.
That's crazy. Okay, so WWE Cruiserweight Champion Neville versus Austin Aries. Who do you have?
I don't know what they're doing. I mean, like, I put on 205 Live last night, and I had it like on in the background, and I watched a little bit of it. I don't know like when they're gonna take the title off Neville, if they need to take the title off Neville. I don't think they do. Like, but I don't know where anything is going really. I don't know who's going to be the eventual winner if it's not Aries. I don't think Aries needs to win the title by any means. He's already an established guy, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun match probably. Fucking that shithead TJP is going to get involved, and screw that guy. He's a douchebag. He's annoying as hell. He needs to change his music too, or his entrance.
TJP, ladies and gentlemen, he is currently enjoying and saving all of the fanfic that people write about him. He's doing that as we speak.
So creepy.
He's enjoying and saving it.
How creepy was that? I can't. If I was like a female in that locker room, I would like fucking avoid him like a holy shit. No, that is the creepiest possible thing you can say about your coworkers. I would be stunned if that dude did not get called into human resources like the next fucking day. Be like, all right, let's look at this tweet you sent.
Teach. Do you enjoy and save just the heterosexual?
I hope that.
Or the homosexual.
I hope the gimmick. I hope he comes out at some point. I didn't mean to like make a comes out pun, but I hope he comes out and like just been like, no, I don't care about the shit with the girls. I just like the emotional attachment with the men. Be like, not even the physical shit, but just the emotional. So be like, all right, okay,
all right, there you go.
Yep, do your thing.
Live your truth, sir.
Live your truth. Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't think Neville's gonna drop the title though.
No, Neville's the man. I don't think they're gonna get rid of Yeah. Okay. Who's the next?
Have you been following 205 Live at all lately? Have you seen
the
Drew Gulak and Mustafa Ali feud that's going on?
I saw it last week. I didn't get a chance to watch this week.
Oh, this week was a hoot. They killed me. Like, that might be my favorite thing going on in the company right now, just from like the stuff from last night. I strongly recommend you check that out when you get a chance.
Okay. Will do. Okay, the next match is the Raw Women's Champion Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. I predict that Sasha will be involved somehow, which will lead to a triple threat next month. So Bayley retains.
I don't know if it'll be like Sasha will absolutely get involved. That is 110% happening. I don't know, and I don't think Bayley's going to lose. So I don't know if it's going to be a triple threat or like Sasha is going to help.
Or a fatal four-way because Nia gets involved.
Oh, don't talk about Fetch.
Fetch still needs to happen.
Don't talk about Fetch.
Yeah,
you just brought me
I don't
down.
know
You just brought me down.
It is not safe. It's not safe.
No.
You know it's not safe. They keep trying to make Fetch happen.
You know what? For like the longest time, for like 8 months straight, this is totally not on topic. It's total tangent. But it is a Mean Girls reference. For some dumb reason, I got it in my head to just wear a pink shirt every Wednesday. And like I wanted to see how long it would take until like my coworkers figured it out. And eventually I just had to be like, we have like our Wednesday meetings or with like team meetings. And eventually I've been wearing a pink shirt. I have like 3 different pink shirts. So it wasn't the same one, but I was like, I've been wearing a pink shirt for like 10 months straight, trying to get anybody to recognize this Mean Girls reference. And people would be like, oh yeah, holy shit. And I was like, fuck you guys. You ruined this for me. I was about to be so excited. And then and people were like, oh yeah, that is true. And I'm like, God, that was supposed to be a way bigger moment. They ruined it for me. Anyway, I have no idea what we were talking about beforehand. Raw Women's Championship. Bayley's going to win. Sasha's going to cheat Alexa out of a match. They're going to start fucking feuding. Bayley's going to feud with Nia. We'll go from there. I don't know. Sure, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Raw Tag Team Champions, the Hardys. Because I don't know why it's so hard to just call them the Hardys instead of the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
They are older than I am.
Yeah, right?
The Hardys versus Sheamus and Cesaro. I would like Sheamus and Cesaro to win just because I prefer them as the champions, and I would prefer my Hardys broken. Actually, yes, that is exactly how I prefer my Hardys. Broken. And if you can't call them broken, call them something else and get this fucking wacky train rolling. God damn it. It's been long enough. Like, fuck Anthem, fuck Jeff Jarrett. They got lawyers that are smart enough that can keep. If there's no way Anthem or whoever the fuck got enough money to go against Vince McMahon. Like, Vince McMahon, the United States government tried to take him down. They couldn't succeed. Like, who the fuck is fuck that out. I want my Hardys broken. That's all. And losing the championship might be a way for that to happen.
Yeah, that would be a way to do it. It's been weird how they've kind of like been shading Sheamus and Cesaro a little bit to be a little more heelish, because I can't see. First of all, they're like just over as like a babyface team now, and I can't.
Yeah.
And like Cesaro as a heel just doesn't. They don't play, you know? So I don't know.
He's got too much offense to be a heel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Way too much.
I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen in that match. I just hope it's a good match. That's all I care about.
Me too.
What else is on the card? I don't even know.
We have Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. We both pretty much KO's going to win. We already talked about that.
Owens is going to win that. There's no drama in that whatsoever. I'll tell you what, if fucking Jericho wins that match, I am going to be pissed. Oh, boy. So don't have that happen.
That's weird. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's stupid.
Would be the biggest.
Why would you do that?
Ever.
That would be the biggest. Why would you do that? That would be the biggest. Why would you do that?
Piss everybody off.
Yeah, that would be the biggest. Why would you do that? Yeah, like who the fuck been talking to Vince Russo? I thought we established.
Yeah.
Don't do his shit anymore. Thought we clearly established that. We have the House of Horrors match.
Oh shit.
Which Bray Wyatt is going to win. Why else would they take the title off the line?
Yep.
Bray Wyatt was upset. He was like, "Yeah, I've been fucking around with my character and lost at WrestleMania. Bullshit, holograms, projections, and all this shit." They're like, "Okay, we'll have you go over Randy, but you're not gonna win the belt thing." Oh God! And you like so Randy Orton, who like I guess. He really doesn't care anymore because usually when he gets stupid lines or something, he'll be like, go ask Triple H. But he actually really said, I don't know what a House of Horrors match is, but something tells me I'm going to find out on Sunday. Duh, idiot, that's where you're supposed to be in a fucking match.
That was one of the best lines. That was like, that line killed me. Like, it was like, oh boy.
He does not care anymore. That's what they showed me. Like,
fuck.
Anybody else would have edited that line. Like, seriously, come on, Randy. Come on now. Of course you're going to find out Sunday.
I guess I'm going to find out Sunday.
I hope you find out Sunday. Lord, please let this be the end.
Right? Seriously, holy shit. Do you think Jinder's going to show up?
No, I don't. I don't think
that'd be some fucking hilarious shit if they did this like Wyatt gimmick match and then Orton was still about to win and then
Jinder Mahal interfered.
Jinder and the Singh brothers interfered and then like dragged Wyatt's corpse over Randy and had him pin him. That seems like apropos for Bray Wyatt's station in WWE.
It is. Like you don't even get to win your signature match. I guess this is his signature match.
Title, yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah. Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe.
That's on the card. I did not even know that.
It is on the card.
Oh God, I did not know that.
And Samoa Joe, after the first 2 or 3 weeks, that's why I didn't get that happy. Oh yeah, they're doing him so well, yes, because they were actually building for Triple H's match. That's why they were doing Samoa Joe so well. Triple H is going on vacation, and Samoa Joe character has gone on vacation as well, ladies and gentlemen, because he had a small promo, and all he pretty much said was that this match was for what Seth Rollins did to Triple H and Stephanie at WrestleMania. I bullshit you not. I heard it with my own ears. So, yes. That is a signal in my brain to not give a fuck. Like, this is supposed to be over. This is why. Like, yes. The Authority did a lot of good things for Daniel Bryan. I will agree on that. But to an extent, Daniel Bryan actually helped the Authority seem more essential and important to the show. Like, I legit think Daniel Bryan was so hot, you could have put any heel. It didn't need to be Stephanie. It didn't need to be Triple H. You just needed to set an obstacle in front of him and let him knock it the fuck down in WrestleMania. It's not that goddamn complex. But of course, it has to be Triple H. It has to be. He's the number one heel, so it has to be. And his character is fucking ruining Raw. His character, not the McMahon's character. His character, Triple H's character. The guy who always needs to be number one, always mentioned, always the most important aspect of the show. That is neither of the McMahons. I'm sorry. Not even Stephanie. When people make jokes, she started the women's revolution, but she doesn't have women doing her bidding for her. Nobody's wrestling in the name of Stephanie McMahon. Samoa Joe is literally going to wrestle Seth Rollins for Triple fucking H. I'm sorry. I'm so sick and tired of this, though. I can't. How many more years of this? It's fucking ridiculous, Andrew. Lord. So who do you think's gonna win?
Why? It seems odd to put Seth over Paul and then have him lose at the next pay-per-view. So I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't even know. I don't.
This pay-per-view, like, we're going through it, and like, I don't know if I'm gonna be. I guess nothing really for me to get excited about. I don't think, not that much. No. Speaking of the main event, Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman's gonna fucking win, and it's gonna be the stupidest fucking thing ever. The man just fucking retired The Undertaker. I don't care if he actually does get hit by an ambulance, then struck by lightning. He just beat one of, like, the biggest characters in WWE history. And in his very next pay-per-view match, you're going to have him get pinned. Like, that would be the stupidest fucking thing. So, WWE, I'm going to tell you what the fuck you should do. No contest. Since you obviously want to have Braun go on and lose to Brock. No fucking contest. Please do not have Roman lose his first fucking match after retiring The Undertaker. Or, like, seriously, like, the bullshit is, like, it's not funny. This fucking joke, it's not funny. I'm sorry.
So are you really certain that Roman's going to lose? I have no idea how to feel about this match.
Why else are they having it? Roman just beat him. There's no stipulation like that's been set on. The rumor was an ambulance match. But either way, why have, like, after Roman beat him and people were like, well, Braun, he doesn't give up on things. Okay, yeah, that's a part of his character, but, like, why? What does this fucking prove? He tossed him on an ambulance. He still lost. They're gonna kill it, or what are they gonna have him lose twice in a row, and then have him face Brock and lose? Then you might as well just go ahead and put him back with Bray Wyatt, like right now. What else is the point? All this time building this man up for him to lose to the same person twice. No. I don't think so. Especially if he is facing Brock. No.
Maybe Brock will show up or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah, right?
Oh, no, you were serious. I love you, Andrew, but I don't know. Like, this seems like a pay-per-view they should have canceled. And just kept making stories. I don't know. Because nothing really seems appealing, because the things that are coming to an end are things I feel could have ended before this show.
Yeah.
With KO and Jericho, they could have ended that the next night on Raw, Smarkamania. And then let KO just go over to SmackDown free and clear. The fuck? It is not rocket surgery. Didn't he fucking know that he was doing this shakeup? Did he just decide this on that? Like, that would be
like, you know, that may have come up just out of the blue, for all we know.
Yeah, for all we know. I don't know. I feel like there were rumors that people were going to be switching brands after WrestleMania, before WrestleMania happened. So it feels to me like he already had an idea that he was going to have people switching shows. Why? It's gonna be a terrible. I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't. I'm not excited to watch it. And then like WrestleMania is like 19 hours long anyway, and I'm just getting over that now.
For real.
So yeah, I might not watch Payback. There is no AJ Styles Roman Reigns match for me to sit through the show this year.
I think I'll watch it, but like not be like glued to the TV by any means, you know?
Yeah, like it's on.
It's on, yeah.
Yeah. I've been getting really into Netflix, so I don't know. Something else might be on. So
I'm gonna throw something else, yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully like at least SmackDown, like it's getting better. So like after Kevin Owens can get free, him and AJ off to the races, and the show can pick up again. I don't know about Raw because, oh boy, like it was so like just the stuff I watched. It was like okay, and it's certain things were like promising, like whatever Titus O'Neil is doing with
yeah, I like that.
Apollo Crews, like that can be interesting. Titus O'Neil. What Titus O'Neil has, Apollo Crews desperately needs. Like the presence.
Yeah.
He needs something like that with him. So we'll see where that goes.
Did you see like all the joke tweets with like the caption? It's like they use the selfie and like the caption is, when you haven't seen your dad since 1992, yes. But he shows up on draft day.
I retweeted that because I was like, that is the truth. And I actually hope that's like kind of the dynamic, like a resentful father-son type relationship. Mm-hmm. But eventually they end up getting along famously. Why not? We need, like, neither one were doing fuck all before.
Yeah, exactly. See. Yeah.
Let's see what's going on now. What else did I like that I saw on Raw? The Miz. He's still The Miz, but it feels different on Raw to me. It's not the same.
It feels less important.
It does. It feels like a joke on Raw.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is yet, because he's still the same. But it feels like a joke on Raw, and I don't like that. I didn't like watching it. Because, I didn't watch last week, so.
I think he is put down a little, like physically put down a little bit more on Raw versus like SmackDown. He would like avoid punish. He'd like slip out of the ring or something and run away. Versus like he just eats like dirty deeds every week now, you know?
Yeah.
But like on SmackDown, he'd be like, he'd get out of the way. It would happen sometimes, but not like every week, like punked out, you know?
Yeah.
That must be my impression for the first couple of weeks at least.
Yeah. There is something wrestling related that I wanted to cover, but it's not from any current. It's from Mrs. CM Punk.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like, okay. The attitude that AJ Lee has is the same attitude that people have against, like, women who didn't start in NXT. Like, all the Divas era women, pretty much. and it's like a bias towards these women because of who they are, pretty much, or who they are perceived to be. So apparently, I read on Twitter there's a part of AJ Lee's new book that's out that talks. She's talking to her future daughter, actually, in which, if I got a chance to sit down and talk with her, I'm a mother of 2 daughters, and I would tell her, whatever issues you have with other women, you should really try to resolve those before you want to raise a woman. It's because what I saw was her pretty much painting women who do a certain action into a certain light, and I really didn't appreciate it. Like, I don't take a lot of selfies, but I have a sister who does, and my sister was overweight most of her life, and didn't like the way she looks. She's gotten to shape. She's still plus size, but she's like really into clothes and how she looks, and she takes selfies all the time, and she wants people to see her and see her look pretty, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. She's not inviting anybody to sexually harass her. She does not deserve that. And the fact that a woman is putting that message out there, that's harmful. That reinforces that those guys who see a woman, and I don't care if she's straight up in a thong bikini and leaving very little to the imagination, that is still a human being. She still deserves respect. That's still somebody's mother. That's still somebody's daughter. And you wouldn't want anybody related to you to be treated like that. And like, I don't even call myself a feminist just because, like, my mother raised me like, it's just fucking, it's not feminism. It's like life. It's just how shit's supposed to go. Of course I can do anything a man does. We're all fucking human. Like, it's so like when you call yourself a feminist and then you put other people down and then you participate in angles where like you potentially have hurt the brand of your fellow peers by saying that pretty much they fuck their way to the top. When you yourself was married to one of the top guys in the company, you sound like an idiot. You look like a hypocrite. And it makes women like me lose the respect that we had for you. Because I know your battles and I know the things you've been through, but for you to have those opinions, that's great. But for you to say somebody's less of a woman or they deserve a certain treatment because they don't live up to a certain code, that's wrong. And I really hope before you have a child, any child, but especially a little girl, you erase those thoughts from your mind, because all you're doing is putting harm on your daughter, and she's actually going to end up not with daddy issues. She's going to have mommy issues. and they're equally as bad, trust me. And oh, by the way, making fun of girls with daddy issues, I have daddy issues because my daddy was a fucked up individual. Not because anything was wrong with me. That's all I have to say to AJ Lee. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Nope. I think you covered it pretty well.
Okay. Because, like, I don't want to come out... Like, when certain people say things out of ignorance, the automatic reaction is to lash out in anger. And I've been there. But I also learned that sometimes people say it out of ignorance because that's all they've experienced. Maybe I should just try to be the adult, the rational one, and try to speak in a calm manner and explain myself and why your opinions are full of shit. Yeah, is there anything you do want to further discuss or talk about?
Did you watch NXT this week?
I did. I watched it.
I thought it was another good episode that they put out.
Yep.
They're starting to turn around. And I think what they're doing now, which kind of bodes well, I think, for the future of the company and NXT a little bit too, is that they're focusing more on characters than stories. Like they're trying to get characters ingrained to like people know characters and the performers know characters and not blowing like, 3-year-long stories potentially. So I hope they take like a more aggressive like promotional schedule, but at the same time, where are people gonna get time? I don't know. So
yeah, because it is like an hour-long show.
But even like on the main roster, like if people get promoted, who's like, there's not that much time to go around unless they fucking like opened a new brand or something.
Well, they might.
You never know. They might. That might be the next solution to like declining house show, gates and stuff. Just open up a new brand and run more shows.
Yep.
Entirely possible.
It's just wrestling everywhere.
Yeah, every night of the week. Yeah.
Yep, that's how it appears to be. Well, I hear a siren because there's a severe thunderstorm in my area.
Wow.
Lord, it's normal. Like this is like a normal night. It starts to get hot. Storms everywhere. But yeah, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, it's been a couple of good weeks for WWE. Not perfect by any means, but it's been all right.
Yeah, I think they're in the process of like still building feuds and still ending some. So
right, yeah. After Payback, I feel like they'll start really going forward on both brands.
And like there's just been such a like I don't know what like I can't really articulate it, but I know I'm a Roman Reigns fan because I just don't feel the same when I don't see him every week.
Right.
Like I'm absolutely not gonna watch Raw, but I was cool with just watching his YouTube clips when I stopped watching Raw the last time, but he has no clips. There's been nothing new. And the one thing I did want to talk about, certain people are like getting on him for that WWE.com interview where they're like, oh, they're exploiting his brother's death. And I'm like, if you can exploit your own family member's death, like who can? Like, they're carnies. Like, do you think if I died, I would give a fuck if my sister who I love and cherished made money off of my death? I'm fucking dead. Do you think Rosie actually gives a fuck if Roman Reigns might benefit off of his death? No. Like, the only times I don't like is when like the company does shit like with Reed Flair and they don't properly vet people about what the fuck the angle is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But either like people, I wasn't really offended by the Eddie Guerrero stuff. Like, fucking Eddie would not care that Ray got over using him or that his wife's working with the company. He probably wouldn't care. Said Eddie's in hell. Like, fuck, he's a carny. He used his own children. And fuck, did people not watch Eddie Guerrero? It's just like the ideal of him. Like, I don't get what's to be like. They're not using your dead family member. Why do you care so much? That's always where I've been with it on things like that. Yes, it's tacky, but it's fucking wrestling. They're tacky.
Yep. People are shitty. People are shitty, man. Like,
they are.
They're not good.
No. So, I guess you can just
get on out of here. Well, folks, it's been a rough couple of days for our girl Bayley. So, what you need to not do is you need to not go watch Bayley have an arm wrestling contest with Dana Brooke. You need to go hug yourself.